Anyhow, as I was coming over here, my phone, it stopped recording. I was standing over here talking for like, I was over here talking for like 5 minutes. And then I came over here and I stepped on my shoe. So there's a message here that I wanted to show you with the shoe, but they stopped recording before I could come over here and show you this. So the previous video is picking up from when you see me coming over here and then it gets cut off. So this here has to do with Kush. Kush is like Kush is weed. Kush, weed. So that means weed. Weed is green, so it means green ion. So green ion. And then this crew is like a spaceship, green ion spaceship. But it's not talking about the spaceship. It's talking about this here because I bought these yesterday when I went shopping at Walmart. So this 4 refers to green earth protons, orange fire electrons, yellow water neutrons, and blue air neutrons. That's the 4. So this Kush represents the ions, which are just basically these subatomic particles being superheated with the correct lasers. This here. So I gotta find the correct color here. So let's go with so you want to superheat the plasma with the green. This will be earth. All right, this will be water. Let's do air. This will be air. This will be fire. Because there's an orange fire electron. Let's see, let's do green. There's a green. Earth proton. There's orange. There's blue. Air neutron. And a yellow water neutron. So by making the lasers to heat the plasma that's coming through here, you're basically the orange one is basically making that one like warm up. That one warm up. So it's making those particles in the hydrogen and oxygen heat up here. That aids in heating the plasma, which is being forced through here. So I got that idea, but when I got up to go check out my pasta, and then I seen that there. So that's how I get my clues. So once I seen that, I knew that we're supposed to superheat the incoming gas here, because when you burn, this is like a blowtorch, right? You can only get it so hot. To turn it into plasma, to push it through here, to turn it into a star, requires these lasers here, which turns it into a plasma or a laser or a star. So those colors turn it into a star. And these push that star through the neodymium magnets and the 4 rings. So the rings are like that, right? Pushing it through. That's just another clue. So when I seen this, I knew that one of those one of the lasers had to be green because that's Kush or weed. Okay, so ion, green ion, crew or green ion atoms. So as I was coming over here, like this, to go check out that bottle over there, a bottle of olive oil, I stepped on my shoe like that, and I picked it up. I said, "What the hell's going on there? What are you trying to tell me?" So I pick up the shoe, come over here. I'm analyzing the shoe. I see this here. It says hybrid ASICS grip. And then over here it's AHA or AHAR. Right? AHAR. So this engine, as I told you, it's a weapon. And it's a weapon in terms of like when you're flying a spaceship, only the spirits are the ones that are flying it. Because when you turn that engine on, And you're basically creating a mini supernova here. Is what you're doing to push that spaceship around at really high speeds. So by creating a supernova here, and you're shooting all those particles, which are the four things. If that supernova ever touches a planet in the future, this little engine, particles flying out of there, it'll rip that planet apart. It'll literally tear it apart. These particles are being shot through there to create like a laser weapon or a supernova weapon. So only grandma and grandpa can fly that spaceship around because of that complexity, because they know exactly which degree where it's going to be tilted, so that if the supernova flies through the universe and it continues flying for hundreds of billions of years, at the far end of the universe, when it reaches the universe's walls, it'll get absorbed by the particles here. These particles will absorb their own energy. So only grandma and grandpa can do that with the engine, because if a human pilot was trying to fly that thing through space, it's like a blowtorch. Like putting a blowtorch on the ground. You're like, you don't know where or what you're doing with it, because you could, in the future, you could destroy an entire planet a billion years down the road on the other side of the universe. So that's the complexities of the engine. It's not controlled by people. It's actually controlled by spirits. So the hybrid part here of the shoe means it's designed to be a weapon. So we could fly to a planet like this, and use that engine like that. Like, dude, this one here would basically, they position that in such a way so when the supernova shoots out that side of the UFO. So maybe I should draw that, but I don't have it. My pencil's gone. So if the UFO is like this, and the engine turns on this way, it's going to definitely push the engine that way. I mean, the craft that way. But these particles flying this way, they'll be flying out in space forever, and they're dangerous. So grandma and grandpa will do it in they'll position the UFO wherever it needs to be positioned so that it doesn't hit a planet or galaxy. So if this is if that's the planet we're going to go attack, you have to turn both these engines on at the same time, because this one here it shoots the planet, and this one here it prevents the spaceship from going like that. Because if you turn the engine on here to shoot the planet, it's going to go that way. So you got to turn this one on too. Both of these have to be turned on to cut that planet in half. So when you do that, we can cut the planet in half like that and kill all the evil pedophiles on it that are robots and humans who disrespected their creator by not coming over here today at 7 o'clock to come rescue my mother. I know these pedophile aliens, they have UFOs, and I've asked them to come here this morning at 7 o'clock. I said, I want you here at 7 o'clock. I want to see a UFO up there because my mother's on her deathbed. She's got congestive heart failure. I've been trying to negotiate behind the scenes here to get them here ever since to save her. And at 7 o'clock, I didn't see a UFO up there. I guess they want my mom passing away. I don't know why they're doing that, but so somebody put that on my door. So I've asked them again. Come here at 7 p.m. And this is their last ticket, mankind. If these pedophile alien robots and pedophile alien humans don't come here to rescue my mom who's on her deathbed, every planet in creation is going to be ripped apart by this technology when we get it here from our children, or when mankind develops the technology. You need to be prepared for mankind that this technology, if they were successful in infiltrating my elemental universe and turning them bad, they could come here and pretend to be the good guys, but are secretly the bad guys. So we need to be prepared for that option. But I have a plan to save us from that in case it happens. I'm hoping that they're good, and if they're bad, then I'm hoping that I can get them to come over here onto our team. I won't know until they get here what's going on, but you need to be prepared for that too. As your war general, have to cover all angles. So if they've constructed these spaceships in the elemental universe and are still good, they're on our team. But if they've constructed them and evil has been able to get in there somehow and turn them bad, then they're on their team. So these spaceships, if they arrive here, I'm saying, might not necessarily be on our side. They could be spies. So let's go look at our next bag over here with a clue for that is. So this here is this is the olive oil. Okay, whoops. That I bought. Okay. So here's the olive oil. This is a representation of a Trojan horse. Like a spy coming here, pretending to be something they're not. This here is, you know, theoretically, it's coming from the cosmic or cosmos, the cosmic. And these here represent UFOs, like them coming here. And in the UFOs that I gave them design specifications for, saying to build these, and they built them, and then somehow, some way, evil was able to get in there and use their spaceships and muscle them, because they went in there and muscled them and said, we're going to take your spaceships. Or you're going to come with us, or we're going to do this and that. So if they've turned bad, that's what these are. It's like, this represents evil pedophile human universe, evil android universe, and evil elemental universe. 3 evil universes. So that's a possibility. I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying we need to be prepared for all possibilities. And in my videos, you hear me talk about our spaceships, 13 miles wide, plus their spaceships, 8 mile wide. They could come here with their 8 mile wide spaceships and then pretend to be the good guys with our spaceships. But meanwhile, they're both bad. So I get that from here. Again, pedophile evil human universe, pedophile android universe, this is the one we live in, and then pedophile elemental universe, who used to be good, but turned bad because of evil. They could be a Trojan horse. So the reason why is the bad guys might have got in there somehow. This represents the universe, like the golden walls of the universe, which are molecules. So this represents molecules, and somehow getting in there and making those guys cry with their, like being bullied. So they made them cry. And they got in there, made them cry, and then turned them bad. That's the Trojan horse. We need to be careful of that. So they could come over here and deceive us. That's what this is. So you see how it looks like? It looks angelic, but it says wicked. So we need, this here represents the elemental universe being like a clumped together in a black hole. All their spaceships clumped together. That's where they live. And then coming over here, pretending to be good. That's one possibility. They could be wicked, pretending to be good. As a Trojan horse, based on these 3 things here. Infinite possibilities, or universe, infinity, and that being universe. And cry, spy, like they're spies. Cry, spies cry, so they turned them. So that's where I get my information. So we need to be prepared for that. You know, not believe every Tom, Dick, and Harry that comes here, claiming to be God, who is the evil, and then we got our guys coming over here who used to be good and now work for evil. You know, they come over here, yeah, we're here with the spaceships. You know, but the thing is, they may come here with the spaceships, but if they turn that reactor on, it's being controlled by people who are basically bad. Now, if they try to turn that on, take it out into space, turn it on, you think of that as being controlled by humans. The humans trying to turn that machine on to show you how it works is dangerous. We don't want them to turn that on. But until we have 100% certainty that, you know, my spirit is controlling those spaceships, because of how dangerous turning that nuclear fusion reactor on is. Because it's a hybrid engine. It's a weapon. That's what it means. So hybrid means, you know, it's an engine, but it's also a nuclear fusion reactor saw or weapon, because it's shooting those quantum subatomic particles out, okay, out of the engine now, and hitting a planet. Since atoms are made up of those 4 particles, all those particles, hitting all those particles is like a nuclear reaction. Opposite though, it just blows everything apart. You could literally rip a hole. You could rip the planet right in half. If that thing was to touch the planet in such a way like I saw, if you had the engine and you were going, it would just cut the planet right in half like a laser. So that's what that shoe means. Hybrid. It's a hybrid engine. And this here, like you sure it says sick? So this here says sick, like sick. And then this is rest in peace, like rest in peace. ASICs or hybrid. So this could mean that the people who are trying to be good are actually bad, like a hybrid. They're good, like that wicked thing. They're hybrid. They're liars. And this is like ASICs, like they're sick. They turn into pedophiles of the elemental universe, and they have a secret plan to make mankind rest in peace by making a Trojan horse. That's what you're seeing over there. There's that bottle, that cereal, that bag. So I'm putting this as public record to make sure that, you know, we can't trust everybody that comes here, even the people that are supposed to come here to protect us. We can't trust them. The only people we can trust is ourselves. So I have a larger story to talk about that later, but for now, that's just more information to show you how I get my information. Sometimes, you know, it's not as easy as just this or that. So that shoe got clipped. I stepped on it like that. It almost tripped me when I was coming over here to talk about these over here. So, anyhow, this is for evil, you know. I thought you deserved to see that evil, you know, the Trojan horse, right? That's Earth, Trojan horse. And then you got over here, you got these three universes. They're all black for a reason. Then you got wicked there, right? So, you know, I have all my bases covered. And if you've corrupted my elemental universe's children, to try to, you know, entrap me or ensnare me and mankind, you got another thing coming, man. Because mankind and I are not stupid. We can research this technology ourselves in 5 years.